Hi, I'm Melody Byrne. Today we're going to be going over coloring in the open chords in the key of D. I'm going to play a riff for you, and then we're going to break it down. It goes like this. Let's zoom in. Okay, let's take a look at what we got going on here. Like I said, we're in the key of D. We're using open chords. So in the key of D, we have a D chord. We get an E minor chord, an F sharp minor chord, a G chord, an A chord, a B minor chord. We get a C sharp diminished, and then we get back to our D chord. Now, I didn't use all of those chords today. I used D, B minor, G, and A. In other words, I used a 1, 6, 4, 5 chord progression. But the whole goal of this video, and basically all of my videos, and I'll explain this in all of them, is not to necessarily memorize exactly note for note the thing that I just came up with, but to take these as tools so that we can, you can take them as your own and do your own things with them. I want you to take the ideas or the concepts, not necessarily note for note. I'm trying to invite you into my head, if that's where you guys want to go, so that you can do these things on your own and come up with your own cool stuff, rather than just playing the same old D, G, and A chords. So I did start off with the D, and I did this little trick. A lot of you probably have done this before. It's like a D, we got our sus2, we got a sus4 in there. But where does that stuff come from? So we're in the key of D, so we can use all the notes in the key of D, D major scale, to embellish and color in the open chords, just like I said. So let's go through the D major scale. And actually, I used some chromatic notes, especially in the bass, in this piece too. So let's go through the scale. So we're doing the open position, so we're going to start with E, even though we're in the key of D. We have E, actually, I threw in this one in the song as well. So I kind of see this as almost like an E Dorian kind of shape. I threw in a redundant one in there. This one and this one are the same, of course. But sometimes I'd rather play this one than this one. Just depends on the situation. So E Dorian, or D Ionian, or D major, however you want to look at it. All these notes we can use inside these chords. So when I was playing the D, right, this note, obviously these three notes are inside the D major scale, but we also get the open E. Those are all notes that we can use to embellish a D chord, or color it in, rather. So lots of things we can do with those notes. A trick that I like to do is you just hit the D string, and then alternate. I like to finger pick over here, alternate with the melody notes, or the notes inside the scale, or our color notes, right? So we get Basically just doing that with the rest of the chord. It has a lot to do with this hand. You can either pluck all 3 here, or you can just pluck 2. I'm using 3 here, 2 here. I'm only hitting the strings 2 and 3. All right. So that's our D chord. How'd the song go? Let's see. It went. So I'm sliding here. We're going to the B minor. Right, so we have our D. I'm starting with the D note. And then going into the notes. Did I do 203? Or open even. You can get that open note in there. Now this chord is a B minor chord. We could do a B minor this way, or standard B, or a bar chord. Some people play an open B minor chord this way, using 2, 3, and 4 here in the open D. It's a nice open way of doing it. I'm really fond of doing it this way. And you get this really pretty type of B minor chord. This is a B minor 7. If I put an E in there, also that's like a 4, so 11, a B minor 11. I just think of it as a B minor, or B minor 7, with some color. That's the point of this video, right? So this bass note is in our scale, right? But this note is not. That doesn't sound so hot, right? If I play a D chord, that one note, that's some dissonance right there. Or if I'm playing a B minor, same kind of stress, right? So, but we can use it to slide. That sounds nice. Okay, so it's like a passing tone. This is where you get to cheat. So you get to take notes outside of the scale and massage them in to whatever you're playing, but somehow you got to find a tasteful way of doing that and bringing it. Usually, this is like a leading tone. This note, this tension wants to just go. You just want to push it over the edge, right, and get it to where we want it to go. Again, we're coloring in the open chords, so I really like this B minor as opposed to this one. This has a very closed sound. But this one, we get an open G, open D, and this open E up here is really pretty. Let's see what we were doing. Okay, I'm alternating the bass here. This is the root, this is the 5th, this is an octave higher, so if I was going, also go down lower. Okay, so I'm doing that here, but with just this one. This note is also going to lead us into our G, just like our B flat led us up to the B. Our F sharp here can go into a G, okay, or we can call this A sharp, whatever. So, this creates such a nice sound as opposed to just. And this right here is actually a type of just D chord. It's a D with a F sharp in the bass, a D slash F sharp. There's another way to look at this chord here. So that's where B minor is the 6 to the D's 1. And that's a relative major and minor. They're like brother and sister. Here's the D, here's B minor. They're very closely related. The difference between B minor 7 and a D is just really just like one little note apart, right? Very similar sounds. B minor, a D. Okay, so we're going to a G now, and we're just right there from our B minor with a fifth in the bass. We just scoot up and we get a G. Right? And now we've got a little movement going. We like going up. We're going. Right? And we're going up to an A. And so this note here, this is a chromatic note. This note again does not belong in the key of D. That doesn't sound so hot, does it, if I play a D chord and add that G sharp in there? But in passing, it sounds pretty great. Okay, all it is a stepping stone, and it's going up to an A. Although I just happen to be hitting the open A over here. So we're coloring in open chords. I could have gone up here. Could go up this way, but we're doing open chords today, so all right. Okay, we get an A right here. I like to bar with one finger for the A. Some people do it this way or this way. Okay, I like this way because it frees up my hands. Lots of stuff to do. Getting sidetracked, following the music. Okay, so we had our G. We're walking up to our A, and this is an A sus4. Again, this note is in our scale. So this note here, it's also a D, which will help us get back to our D. Okay, it creates a kind of tension, but it just stays right there, and the D resolve, the rest of the notes resolve it in there, or help it. Keith Richards says he tries to play parts of the next chord, you know, thinking ahead. And so if you play the parts of the next chord in the chord that you're in now, it flows, you know, nicely into the next chord. So let's see if I remember what we're doing. Okay, all starts the same way. We have our D. So I did it twice. There's like a A riff and a B riff. The B riff starts the same way. Okay. Although here we pinch and we're getting all the way up here, and it's still just a G, you know. And we get these open strings in here, 2, 3, and 4. But now we can put this A way up in here. It's just part of the melody. Da, 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 da. That's part of our scale. Right, part of our D major scale. I'm still doing the chromatic walk up. And now it's our A string. So it's basically da 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 da, or da 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 da. Notice there's 2 on this one. Da da. Just 1 on this one, and down. So it's like a pinch and pinch, pinch, that last one, did I? Open, and then hit it, okay? This is more a sus4 kind of sound, borrowing parts of the D and resolving there. D, B minor. Having these melodies inside, and you know, I like to do my fingerstyle arrangements, but even if somebody is singing the melody or another instrument's playing the melody, you're not stuck just playing, right? You know, you can embellish it, you can color it in, and it adds some dynamics, it adds some interest into the song. And you know, so going back to the melody, it's like, even though the song might already have its own melody, when you're finding chords to use that are interesting, you kind of can still have your own little melody, you know, all to yourself while the singer's doing their thing or whatever. You don't want to get in their way musically, but in the background you could just have your little... You know, that stuff sounds really great behind someone else singing. But in my head, I'm kind of hearing my little melody. Da-da-da. I love having a little swing in it. We got our D. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Also, you can join the Friday Coda, which is a weekly newsletter where I share tips, what gear I use, what songs I've been listening to, all that kind of stuff. And I hope to see you around. See you next time.